So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's do_better_fitness, and that's for my work one, and our car one is watch_German_cars. Okay, please enjoy the video. I've been asked to make this so many times. I'm going to be comparing our diesel, so Tdi SQ8, to our petrol SQ8. So I bought the Tdi SQ8 basically right away. There wasn't a petrol variant yet here in the UK. And then I was thinking about swapping it for the petrol once they released in 2021. And then my friend decided to buy the exact same car as me. His is the same spec, same everything, comfort and sound pack. He just does not have a sunroof because I added the extra, and they weren't allowed to add that unless you buy the Vollsprung models in 2021 or after. As soon as I drove the petrol SQ8, honestly, I really wanted to switch. My friend talked me out of it. He said that the Tdi has a lot of advantages as well. So since we have access to both, let's just keep it, and we can swap back and forth from when the need meets the demand. So if we're going to go on a far trip, take the Tdi. If you're just going around town, take the normal one. So I'm glad that I did that, because honestly I'm very surprised at the outcome of having both these cars for so long and which one I actually prefer. Okay, first let's talk about the Tdi. So 429 horsepower, 663 pound-feet of torque. And if you're British, that is 900 Newton meters of torque. That's a lot. And this thing will do 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds. The Tdi has a curb weight of 5,159 pounds. They both sound amazing. The Tdi does sound really good. It does sound like a V8 engine. It is slightly quieter than the 4-liter petrol, which is a little unfortunate. You can add this sound amplifying thing, but I'm not going to waste my money. It still won't sound the same. So one huge difference on the two SQ8s is the Tdi has a fake exhaust. So it has quad exhaust, but only 2 are real, which is a little annoying. They put like a little black plate in the outer exhaust, which I don't like that. So this does sound fine, but it definitely sounds a little like clicky, right? Like tick, 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 tick. It's a diesel. Not as good as the petrol, but it's alright. So in the Tdi, I do have the sunroof. You are able to spec the sunroof in the 2020 model, but if you had a newer one, you have to get like the fully loaded Vollsprung model to get a sunroof. So on the petrol one, unfortunately, there is no sunroof, and the sunroof makes a big difference. They both come with the same tonneau cover. We've got otherwise the same packages on the cars. We trade back and forth quite regularly, so we do get to experience both the vehicles. So this is the trunk. The trunks are the same. This is my Tdi one. So I've got, you can see like a little, it's from my Mercedes, those little nets that go on the bottom and on the back panel. You can put like cleaning products or whatever you want to put in there, or shopping. I've also got a repair kit in the back, and then I've got 2 large chests with groceries. So if we're going to go grocery shopping, you just shove them all in there. Makes life easier. Okay, so for long-term fuel economy, I'm getting 24 mpg in the Tdi. So that is a 4-liter Tdi. Not as good as you'd think you would be getting. If you do go on the motorway or the freeway, I do get a lot more range than in the petrol. So we can get 585 miles. And I can get 37.8 mpg as an average. Around town, when this thing doesn't get the awesomest gas mileage, because of the Tdi, it's really comfortable and easy to use, because that Tdi motor gets so much torque, it's like effortless driving around. Okay, now for the petrol one. 500 horsepower, 568 pound-feet of torque, with a curb weight of 5,469 lbs. So with this curb weight, this is actually quite a bit heavier than the Tdi. So I'm surprised it's so fast. So 0 to 60 in this thing is 4 seconds flat. It's got a claimed range of 382. Honestly, we just get slightly in the twos, like 280, 260 we've been able to get. I've never gotten more than that, but I think it's just how you drive it. We do tend to rev it all the way to redline. You can see climate control is not on very aggressively. Short term, you get 9 mpg. Long term, we've only been able to get 20 mpg, so it's not that much worse than the TDI. It does use the same sound amplifying thing that the TDI uses, so they both sound great. This is slightly louder, so more sporty sounding than the TDI. So the lack of sunroof actually makes this quite a big difference to this car. I think you need the sunroof, otherwise it's just too dark in the cabin. So the petrol variant does have 4 exhaust pipes, so that's awesome, and that I think makes a big difference why it sounds so much better. After about a year of swapping them back and forth, I have 2 kids, so it's a lot more work for me. I got insurance for both the kids' seats and move all my stuff out of my trunk. I've just stopped, so now I just keep the TDI. I prefer the TDI over the petrol variant. It's only because it feels so much more responsive in town and the conditions that we drive it in, and it's getting good enough fuel economy, honestly. And then when I do take it on longer trips, it gets so much better range than the petrol one will get. And that 0.6, honestly, in a huge family car, you don't notice it, which is weird coming from me because I like super fast cars. But honestly, I don't notice it. I don't get to go that hard in this thing all the time. And when you do really want to push on and go to the twisties, I'd rather just take a sports car out. So since we're not swapping back and forth, he has now got a D-chrome kit done to his vehicle. So he's changed the look of his rims and he's blacked out all of the chrome accents. For me, I like the chrome, so that's another reason I don't want to swap back and forth now. Plus, I don't like people to know that I've swapped it, because then they just think, oh, there's another car on this guy's drive. And before, when we had almost identical, just the sunroof was missing on his, people didn't notice when I would swap them back and forth. But now his is all blacked out, they can tell. Thanks for watching another video, guys. And if you too want me to make you a video, just message me and I really will try to do my best. And let me know in the comments what you think. If you too would pick the TDI over the petrol. Honestly, I'm a petrol guy. I've never ever had a TDI. I've never been a fan. But in real world situation, it just works better for us right now. And I don't drive it all the time anyways, so I could always drive something different.